March ended in chaos, yet no one could have foreseen that what followed would be the universe's main act. April began with an eerie stillness that sent shivers down the spine. Not true serenity, but the universe holding its breath before a silent transformation. Many assumed that the March solar eclipse had closed the chapter on all disturbances, but in truth, the energy from that event lingered, suspended like a thin mist veiling April. This wasn't a slow start. It was a phase of covert recalibration, an invisible energy reshaping reality, waiting for the moment to burst forth. Those who were perceptive noticed the unease, inexplicable mood swings, haunting déjà vu, or a vague restlessness as if something unnamed was awaited. This is the hallmark of the Aftershock Zone, a transitional phase during which the universe pauses to prepare for its next pivot. The current calm is like the prelude to a countdown, when everything is arranged yet remains unseen. This quiet moment is even more terrifying than a storm, for it conceals changes that have already begun to operate from within. April's weather mirrors this peculiarity. The sky might be clear, yet the air feels stifling. Sudden warmth gives way to a chill, as if an unspoken warning. This is not merely a natural phenomenon, but a signal that the laws of the universe are bending. The residual energy from March's solar eclipse has not yet dissipated. It seeps into every moment, leaving people feeling as uneasy as if standing on a fragile frozen lake, waiting for a crack to appear. The universe seems to be testing our perception. Are you alert enough to see the shadow of change within the still veneer? Or will you be deceived, thinking all is stable merely because the surface is unruffled? This tranquility is a cunning trap. It lulls one into a false sense of security, until, suddenly, the door to reality swings open to new pathways or erases the old ones. April does not permit rest. It demands absolute vigilance, like a detective standing at a seemingly serene crime scene, knowing that every clue is hidden in the minutest detail. Invisible winds blow by, carrying the seeds of an impending spiritual upheaval. And when everything seems too quiet, remember? Silence is the language of grand designs. April began with a strange stillness, as if the universe were holding its breath. This was not the calm of peace or balance, but the quiet before an earthquake. A silence harboring the seeds of unseen change. If March ended with the chaos of a solar eclipse, then April was the post-event phase, when the energy from that event had not yet fully dissipated. It lingered like an undercurrent, quietly reshaping reality. People refer to this as the Aftershock Zone, a period when everything seems to have settled, yet is only in transition before a new turning point. You might sense this through small signs, inexplicable mood swings, a constant feeling of déjà vu, or an indistinct restlessness, as if awaiting something vague. This is because your energy system is reacting to the shifting universe. Changes, set in motion last month, now beginning to emerge. That silence is like a still lake before a volcano erupts. It is more dangerous than a storm because the threat is unseen. When everything is too quiet, it is the moment when the grandest scenarios are being rewritten. For example, consider how a butterfly flapping its wings in Brazil might trigger a tornado in Texas. Small influences in the universe can amplify into unpredictable disturbances. April is that butterfly effect. On April 3rd, the universe unleashed its first subtle trap, the Moon-Jupiter conjunction. In astrology, Jupiter represents expansion, luck, and growth. When it aligns with the Moon, the symbol of emotion and the subconscious, the energy often brings a sense of optimism, the hope of new doors opening. You might wake up feeling lighthearted, convinced that everything is falling into place. But don't celebrate too soon. This is not a purely benevolent blessing, but rather a test from the universe. Jupiter opens opportunities, yet not every chance is meant for you. For instance, someone might suddenly receive a large sum of money, which could later turn out to be a bait leading to financial troubles. Someone might confess their love to you on this day, though their motives are not entirely pure. You might conceive a bold business idea, yet lack a detailed plan. The universe is challenging your alertness and patience. It's like being given a winning lottery ticket, only to discover that the fine print demands you repay double the amount in a month. If you fail to read the small print, you will fall into the trap of greed or haste. The energy of April. 3. Key may make you believe that you are moving forward, but in reality it is merely an illusion of progress. For example, you may feel that work is suddenly flowing smoothly, while in fact it is just a temporary patch concealing a deeper problem. You might think you've moved past the negative emotions of March, yet they have only subsided temporarily, and will return even more forcefully. This is why the universe warns. Not every door that opens leads to paradise. Some doors are even false exits, pushing you into a new spiral. A typical example is many people making major decisions on that day, getting married, investing, or moving house, based solely on fleeting emotions rather than careful analysis. The consequence? They awaken in May to a maze of inescapable chaos. 3. Content mentions that April's weather will show strange signs, yet the true cause will be explained later. Based on this clue, we can speculate. Physical weather. Sudden rain showers. Scorching sun interspersed with cold winds, or auroras appearing in unexpected regions. Spiritual weather. Unexplained unease, recurring dreams, or unusually heightened intuition. This is not merely a natural phenomenon, but a coded signal from the universe. For instance, a sudden gust of wind might be a reminder to pause before making a wrong decision. Or an unusually gloomy sky on April 3rd might reflect the chaotic energy hidden behind the calm facade. April is not a month for thoughtless action. It demands that you remain as composed as a strategist, analyzing everything through 2 layers of perspective. The surface layer, what you see, hear, and directly feel. The underlying layer, the cosmic energy at work, the grand plans being set. In motion, remember, if an opportunity comes too easily, ask yourself, why? If you feel uneasy, it might be the voice of intuition warning you. Do not let eagerness cloud your judgment. Sometimes the brightest lights are the most deceptive traps. April is like a play in 2 acts. Act 1. The outward calm, when everything seems to be at rest. Act 2. The powerful undercurrents of change, reshaping your destiny. If you can avoid the trap of April 3rd and maintain a vigilant mindset, you will enter the latter half of the month ready to embrace the coming fluctuations. Otherwise, if caught unawares, you may become merely a pawn in the cosmic game, moving without understanding where you are headed. Remember, silence is not ignorance. It is the language of grand designs. April whispers its secrets. Do you have the subtlety to listen? April begins with inexplicable phenomena. The sky suddenly turns gloomy, then bursts into sunshine. A cold wind slips in amid the warm spring day, or sudden downpours fall like nature's whispered secrets. This is not merely an ordinary weather occurrence. It is a coded signal from the universe, foretelling a chain of impending upheavals. The true cause will be revealed later, but it is clear that the climate reflects a subtle disruption of energy. You may sense this through an unaccountable unease, as if you are standing in a play whose script is constantly changing. On April 3rd, the Moon-Jupiter conjunction occurred, bringing with it the energy of expansion and luck. Typically, this is a time for optimism. You might wake up in high spirits, find that work flows effortlessly, relationships bloom, or believe that the universe is favoring you. Jupiter, the planet of opportunity, seems to be scattering rose petals along your path. But don't be too quick to trust that glittering facade. The universe does not give away gifts for free. This is a subtle test. The open doors you see might lead to dead ends if you fail to notice the hidden, fine print. For example, an unexpected proposal for collaboration, yet the partner may harbor ulterior motives. A sudden large bonus, but with the binding condition of sacrificing your personal time. Someone passionately declaring love, though their motive is merely fleeting loneliness. Jupiter expands everything, including your own illusions. It is like a sweet cake, lavishly frosted in golden icing, yet inside lurks a toxic cream. The energy of April 3rd may make you believe you are making it, with work running smoothly, relationships in harmony, and life seemingly fast-tracked. Yet, in reality, this is a cosmic trap for the impulsive. For instance, you rush to invest in a new project thinking the time has come, without carefully assessing the risks. You hastily plunge into a romance just to erase the loneliness left over from March. You abandon a stable job to pursue a fleeting passion, even though you haven't planned properly. The universe is testing your maturity. Are you steadfast enough to choose the right door? Or will you dash into every opportunity simply out of eagerness? Hasty decisions today might cost you dearly in May, like a winning lottery ticket that comes with a tax bill twice its value. Do not let excitement overshadow reason. Consider April 3rd as a battle between heart and mind. The heart whispers, "Seize it. This is a rare stroke of luck." The mind cautions, "Hold on. Could this really be the right path?" Ask yourself, does this truly align with my core values? Am I acting out of genuine desire, or merely fleeing from fear? The universe does not punish, but it does ensure that you must bear the consequences of your own choices. April is not a month for slumbering in delusion. It demands that you remain alert like a hunter, able to distinguish between genuine prey and deceptive bait. April 13th marks the emergence of the echo moon, a full moon phenomenon that is more than just a celestial cycle. It is the final jolt from the energy of the March solar eclipse. It has been compared to a spiritual earthquake that brings all lingering karmic obstacles, unfinished business, and forgotten lessons back into the light. If you thought you had escaped the chaos of March, the universe is reminding you, the game is not over. Echo moon is no ordinary full moon. It is an energy duplicate of the solar eclipse, a warning that everything you have tried to avoid will return with twice the force. Past acquaintances may suddenly reach out. Emotions you believed buried could flare up intensely, or scenarios identical to those of previous years might recur, all as the universe slaps you to clear away what remains unresolved. Echo moon acts like a soul surgeon, forcing you to confront toxic relationships you have long tried to avoid, bad habits masked by the excuse, "I can't change," fears suppressed beneath a veneer of false calm. You may feel overwhelmed, as if an invisible hand is rummaging through every nook and cranny of your mind. Do not be surprised if dreams of an old flame occur or if a painful memory suddenly comes alive at midnight. This is not punishment. It is the final opportunity for you to sever the karmic ties of your past. The universe poses a grand question. Do you have the courage to change? Echo Moon pushes you into two divergent paths. Path 1. Face your mistakes, acknowledge them, and transform your mindset. Path 2. Choose to run away, repeating the same old behaviors. For example, if you continuously fail in love, Echo Moon might cause an X to reappear, making you realize that you remain trapped in the pattern of choosing the wrong partner. If you shirk your work responsibilities, a surge of pressure from your boss will hit you, a reminder of your habitual procrastination. April does not allow you to feign innocence. If you believe you have handled everything from March, Echo Moon is the mirror reflecting the truth, exposing the hidden corners you have deliberately ignored. The only way to overcome this is to be honest with yourself, no matter how painful it might be. Remember, a wound truly heals only when you stop bandaging it with lies.